like a gravity void pulling everything into it and then crushes it. In a slight reverse is the fact that gravity now pulls in and gathers all into one places. In a true, I want to say, Hiroshima finale of it all. He actually gives a callback a lot to a very familiar scene he did in Rave Master. It's not completely the same, but it definitely gave me the same feeling. The Angry Enemy found it as very. You were in a very late review. You know I'm not going to review so much anymore of Eden Zero Chapter 285. And Void, last chapter, Void lost the use of his leg, but he hasn't lost the will to fight. As he gathers electricity, Sun and the Eden Zero prepares ships. Suddenly, an entire fleet of spaceships, all controlled by one, appeared, revealing that his ship has been building a lot of AI. And so with immense speed he manages to pierce through Siggy, but as a robot that is still not enough to kill him. But now Eden's One is being overrun with the massive amount of Armada. Only for another Armada to finally make their move. As I've complained about a lot, I've been wondering where is, the allies of the Eden Zero, the Russian says Galactica, or no, the Russian says Interstellar and stuff like that. Well, they are finally here. Holy Eraser, all Victory, and Jaguar all appears, along with Amira, who proclaims that they found them thanks to the beecubers spreading networks, even though they may not always know how to bring forth the chronophage. The calling of the message of help absolutely brings back every single character in the Universe Zero, and every single character that also went a redeeming quest, including Madame Kurenai, and yes, even Emperor Shura, the more redeemed Emperor, along with his armada, even Drakenjo, the redeemed Drakenjo, along with the rebels of the Aoi Cosmos, all appears as they all been together. The friends they connected all across, well, technically not all across reality, because in other realities, many of them were their mortal enemies. But the friends they were connected back into a new reality that was connected once as enemies in the previous are now connected here in friends, drawn in just like gravity, as Siggy proclaims. And despite his mortal wound, he smiles and says that perhaps they were drawn in to Shika's battle. It's time to close the curtain on our battle. And finally, the Eden Zero's Starbringer is charged. And Siggy sees that as opportunity as well, and decides to do the classic Hiromashima trope where one power will defeat one. And so he gathers huge amounts of energy, which Void doesn't recognize, and says that I brought you into this world in two senses of the phrase. Forgive me. Now let's go home. And so even Siggy fire a Starbringer, just like the Zero, showing that this body of Siggy also can harness the power of the Ethereum, just like the Zero did, which pointed out that Siggy was even more powerful than we thought he were. And probably even another reason why the Eden's One took over his body in the previous universes. And although one may actually proclaim that this feels a little bit anticlimactic, one can also say that, well, come on, this is just how it goes. The shot actually hits the Eden's One's ship, destroying half of it, destroying practically it. As Void also gets consumed by the beam, we also see that his human-like face is still robot over, and so he is erased. Void is erased to zero. We're going back to the void of zero. And thus, the threat of void and the Eden's One seems now to be over. Well, yeah, again, it may be a little anticlimactic, but the gathering of these new friends that they made in the Eden Zero universe actually brings a lot of smile to my face, because that actually got a conclusion to it all. Now that threat is over. And even though we didn't see the entire Eden ship get blown up completely, uh, we did see a lot. It took half of its damage, so I'm pretty sure it is completely dead. And even if it weren't, it cannot survive the rest of it enough. So Void and Eden's one's threat level is now over. All that is left now is the chronophage and rewinding mother. How will that go? I don't know. But again, I really love the gathering of the allies, all connected to the B cube, bringing a nice conclusion to that storyline. So give me your thoughts if you have any.